The title sounds absolutely crazy, but it is true. Before you start watching, please subscribe and support, because unfortunately the stories don't get many views. Thanks in advance. So, my husband and I have been married for 6 years. We have 2 children, and I am pregnant with my third. He works from 9 to 5, comes home, fulfills his duties, spends time with the kids, talks to me for a while, and then goes to bed. But the thing is, he doesn't seem to enjoy it. It's like he's just checking off a to-do list, doing a routine job. He used to be such a cheerful, silly guy, always joking and shining with his wide, easygoing smile. And now, I can't even remember the last time I saw him smile. It was a few months ago. It's not that he has neglected himself as a husband or father. He does everything he has to do, everything that needs to be done. But that's the thing. It feels like he takes it all as a duty, as if spending time with us is another change he has to go through. I appreciate everything he does. Honestly, he makes our lives so much easier. But at the same time, it's like he's stuck in a 24/7 work mode. And I can't shake the feeling that he's struggling, maybe even depressed. I ask him if he's okay, and he just throws in fantastic, as if he's rehearsed it. He says the same thing to clients at work when they make small talk. And I know him well enough to know that it's not true. He doesn't have a second to himself. No breaks, no hobbies. He stopped playing games, doesn't watch TV, and just lives every day doing what he thinks he has to do. And what's the worst part? I have no idea how to help him. Our sex life has started to feel completely one-sided. We still have sex quite often, but only because I always take the initiative. Even when it's clear that he's not in the mood, he still agrees, as if it's just another box to check, another thing he has to do to make me happy. But what's worse, it feels like he doesn't even really exist. His body is there, of course, but his mind, it's somewhere else entirely. And to be honest, it hurts more than if he had just rejected me. I have no idea what's really going on with him, and I don't know how to help because he won't let me in. To everyone else, he seems completely normal, but I know better. I feel that something is wrong and I don't know how to fix it. I miss my husband, the real one, the guy who joked, complained about stupid things and was just there for me. Not the exhausted version of him that barely resembles the same person. He will be home in a couple of hours, and I decided that I would sit him down and talk to him. I need to tell him how I feel, and more than that, I want us to deal with this together. I just want my husband back.
An update to a story that will drive you crazy with its ending. That night, my husband came home around 6 in the evening, and after he ate something, I pulled him into the bedroom so we could talk. I sat him down on the bed and told him straight out. I was very worried about him. I wasn't sure how to put it all into words, so instead I just gave him my original post and let him read it. And as soon as he finished reading it, he broke down. He burst into tears. In all the years I've known this man, I've never, not once, seen him shed tears. I held him while he cried, just letting him get it all out, until he finally managed to collect his thoughts. And then he told me everything. He said that the world was in a very bad state right now, and the realization that we were bringing another child into this uncertainty was weighing on him. When I got pregnant, he felt an overwhelming need to step forward, to take on more, because he felt that was what he had to do. It was his job to make sure everything was okay, to take care of everything. But the truth is that the burden of our family was much heavier than he could have imagined. He thought that if he worked harder, if he pushed himself, he would be able to cope with it. But the harder he tried, the darker everything seemed. And at some point he realized that he could no longer see the light at the end of the tunnel. Then he said something that just broke me. He told me that he felt like he was constantly drowning. and the only time he got a breath of fresh air was when he was in the car going home from work. He told me that sometimes the stress gets so bad that he starts to vomit, but instead of telling someone, he just pushes it through and goes on with his day as if nothing had happened. Then he reached into his pocket, pulled out a pack of gum and said, "This is for when something like this happens." This really impressed me. I asked him why he never told me about it, why he felt he had to deal with it alone. And what did he say? He didn't want to burden me with the truth. He said that he was afraid that if I knew how much he was struggling, I would stop seeing him as my protector, my provider, and eventually, I would stop loving him altogether. I had no idea that he felt this way, and I can't even understand where he got the idea. I asked him if he wanted to quit his job, but surprisingly, he said no. The problem was not in the work itself. There was nothing wrong with the job. He was under pressure to provide for the family, not only because we had another child, but also because he was one of the lucky ones who managed to keep his job during the pandemic. The thought alone made him feel like he had to work even harder. Then he admitted that sometimes he just wants to pack a suitcase, hop on a plane to a tropical island, and disappear for a week without telling anyone. But then he feels guilty, and instead of taking a break, he pushes himself even harder. I told him that maybe he should take a trip, that he deserves a break, that if he does, maybe he'll come back feeling better. He tried to argue, but I couldn't take it anymore. I insisted. In the end, he agreed, but only on one condition. If we do this, we do it together. Just the two of us, like we used to when we first got married. A real escape. So, that's the plan. As soon as things settle down a bit, before the baby is born, he'll take a week off work, we'll drop the kids off at grandma's, and we'll go on vacation. Just the two of us. But first, he wants to take tomorrow off and for once get some proper sleep. And I think that's a damn good start. I'll call his boss in the morning and say he's too sick to come in. They wouldn't make a sick person work. Not in the middle of a pandemic. Right now, he's in the living room playing with the kids. And for the first time in years, it doesn't seem like he's just going through the motions. He's not doing it because he has to. He's doing it because he wants to. For the first time in months, I don't see his exhausted robotic version. I see my husband. As for all this housework, some people seem confused, so let me explain. I know that as a stay-at-home mom, most of the household chores fall on me. I cook, clean, and do laundry because it's part of my role. My husband only does some of the tasks. He washes dishes, vacuums every few days, and takes care of general house maintenance.
Oh, and yes, I did call in sick for him. But I made sure to say he has a migraine since, according to Google, it's not considered a COVID symptom on its own. His boss had absolutely no problem with it and just told him to come in when he's feeling better. For those wondering, no, this pregnancy wasn't an accident. We always wanted 3 kids since we both grew up in families with 3 children. We actively tried for the first 2. And for the third, our mindset was more like, if it happens, it happens. We're both happy with the family we have and are going to have, and we're definitely done after this. Abortion and adoption were never even considerations for us. We also understand that 1 week of vacation isn't a magical fix for his stress. It's just the beginning, but we know he needs something more long-term. So we're working on it. For now, we plan to set aside an hour or 2 each day that's just his time. No kids, no housework, no job, no me. Just time for him to relax and do whatever helps him unwind. And for those who think this isn't real, there's nothing I can say to change your mind. And that's okay. I just hope none of you ever find yourselves in a similar situation.